Hey, what's going on, guys? I decided to make an extra video this week, and we're going to be talking about some of the games that have been announced during E3 and the future of what games are going to be like. I'm going to talk about mostly Xbox games because that's the platform I play on, but I will touch on the Wii U and the PS4 as well. Ones that I'm super excited about, we've got Assassin's Creed Unity coming out. That's all consoles. But I'm super excited about this because I've been a huge fan of the Assassin's Creed series since it started, and the idea of being able to play it with my friends was something that I wanted to do, not competitively but cooperatively, and this is the first one that they've ever allowed us to do that. We've also got Battlefield Hardline coming out, which I think is an interesting concept. It's a cops versus robbers idea that they decided to take on, which is fine with me. I don't think shooters are necessarily the future of video games. I know that I would upset a lot of people saying that. There's a lot of Call of Duty fans, and speaking of that, they are releasing their next game this year, which looks, I'm going to be completely honest with you, it looks pretty good. It's going to be one of the first Call of Duty games that I will actually probably enjoy. I'm not gonna lie to you, I've picked up every one that's basically ever come out, but it seems like in the past few years my interest in them has just been really low. They're just not as fun as they used to be. Modern Warfare 2 was kind of the one for me, and ever since then I just haven't really enjoyed playing them at all, really. We got some news on Dead Island 2. Now, this one interests me a lot because I'm a huge fan of zombie survival games, and the first Dead Island wasn't the greatest game ever made. I mean, we all can agree on that, but it was definitely a lot of fun, almost having kind of like this free roam Grand Theft Auto feel to a first-person zombie survival game. I played that one quite a bit, so I'm looking forward to the sequel, which is coming out spring of 2015, if any of you are interested. We got some news about Halo 5. To be honest, not extremely excited about Halo. I know I should be, being an Xbox fan, but ever since Halo 3, Halo hasn't really clicked for me. But what I am excited about with Halo is the Master Chief Collection that's coming out on November 11th, 2014, and what's going to be great about this is it's one disc, but every story. So you literally will just play a continuing story of Master Chief all the way up to Halo 4, which I think will be what I spend a lot of time on, and we'll probably do a full play of that on this channel. We got some news that Grand Theft Auto 5 will be coming to Xbox One and PS4, which is cool. I mean, Grand Theft Auto, everybody who's watching this video has probably spent a lot of time with that game and realizes that, yeah, it's great, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little worn out of Grand Theft Auto. And one of the last ones I'm super excited about is Rise of the Tomb Raider. I've been playing a lot of the Definitive Edition on Xbox One, and I'm really looking forward to the idea of getting to play a sequel, because this remake, it might not be as puzzle-oriented, but it's a really great adventure game, and I've been enjoying the heck out of it. But, let's see what else we got on the list. Oh, Killer Instinct Season 2, of course, I'm excited about that. I mean, you're watching Killer Instinct footage right now. TJ Combo, hopefully Cinder and Riptor. I can't wait to get back into this game heavily and just enjoy these new characters. Alright, and for PS4 and Wii releases, let's see what I'm most excited about, I guess, would have to be the PS4 releases, purely because they're creating another Little Big Planet. Now, I know that most people look at Little Big Planet and say, oh, well, that's a child's game. That's not really a contender in the marketplace today, but if you've ever really actually took the time and played Little Big Planet, you'll realize that it's a complete work of art. The music, the graphics, and how everything runs, and just even the tiny storyline that doesn't have an extreme plot but everything is so meshed together so well, and they're actually quite enjoyable to play if you have little brothers, little sisters, or even children. They're a very enjoyable game for you to get and play together with them. Basically, it's just a great starter game for kids to learn how to use a controller. Just like back in the day, for me, the game that I used to learn how to use a controller was actually Crash Bandicoot. Another game that I'm really looking forward to, which kind of mirrors the game that you're watching now, is Uncharted 4, Thief's End. And this will be, I'm pretty sure they've guaranteed that this is going to be the last Uncharted that they make, which is sad for me because the only reason I even got into PlayStation again was the fact that they had created this game and I had heard such great things about it. Now, Naughty Dog has been killing it lately. They created the Uncharted series, which blew me away that Naughty Dog could create something like this. I mean, Naughty Dog was, back in the day, was just known for Crash Bandicoot, nothing serious really, and the fact that they created Uncharted just blew my mind. Uncharted, I'm pretty sure Naughty Dog also did The Last of Us. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's just I haven't played that game, which I know I should. Everybody says that's probably one of the best games that's ever been made. But yeah, they've just created a lot of realistic and just extremely fun to play games. Like, I remember playing the first Uncharted and thinking, wow, I'll never play Tomb Raider again because this is just more my style. Of course, that was a lie. I ended up back into Tomb Raider as soon as they released a sequel. Let's see what else they're releasing. They have The Order 1886, which reminds me of... Oh man, it's hard to explain, but it's almost reminds me kind of a weird, dark Van Helsing feel. I'm really excited to see where this game goes. They haven't released too much information about it, but it's a PlayStation 4 exclusive that I'm really looking forward to because right now there aren't many console exclusives. There were some announced, but it just seems like every game is on both consoles right now, and it's not very competitive in the game marketplace right now. Like, we have Halo 5 coming out. Well, it's not even called Halo 5 really, but we got the Master Chief Edition also coming out, but it seems like both consoles just kind of have the same games right now, which doesn't give us any room to really compare which one is better because they're both great. The Wii U, not getting many releases as far as I saw. I heard a little bit about Yoshi's Woolly World, which is going to be another take on a Mario mix-up. You're playing as Yoshi, and it has a Little Big Planet look. And I heard a little bit about the new Zelda. I really wasn't paying too much attention. I'm not much for Zelda games, just because Nintendo hasn't struck it with me in the past few years. I really liked Nintendo back in the day, but lately I just haven't really been paying attention to them. I plan on getting a Wii U in the future, just purely to keep an eye on where games go on all consoles. But yeah, they just haven't really announced. They've announced a lot of great games, but for me, I'm not super excited about anything, and the games that I am super excited for, of course, are fighting games, and of course the Halo mashup, which is Halo 1 through 4, which I've already played. But that's about it, really, I have to say. Hey, so now that we're done talking about all the new releases, let's talk about what's already been released. The current generation of video games, in my opinion, was less than impressive. We had a lot of games that were already out, remastered, and delivered to us on our next-gen consoles. Examples being Call of Duty, Battlefield, Tomb Raider, which I did enjoy Tomb Raider, but it's already been done. Titanfall was probably one of the biggest disappointments in my opinion. A lot of people really enjoy this game, so I don't want to take too much away from it. But the fact is, it's a simple Call of Duty with giant robots that don't really behave like robots. When you think robots, you think heavy mech type robots, normally, in my opinion, and that the game that best kind of gave you that feel was a game that came out way back in the day on Xbox 360 called Chrome Hounds. I believe that was the most realistic representation of mech-to-mech fighting that we've ever gotten. This game almost has a little bit of an Armored Core feel. No, it's not as extreme or as fast, but they move way quicker than they should. Everything just feels the robots just feel too human-like, in my opinion. Call of Duty. Let's talk about how Call of Duty Ghosts came out on the Xbox One and released a few additions. What was cool about Call of Duty on the Xbox One was that they gave you more characters to play as. They gave you a chance to get the Gold Edition, which came with I think it was the first 2 add-ons, and just to enjoy playing that game once again. But they also gave you the Hardened Edition, and if you waited, it was on sale for like $50. So if you're a Call of Duty fan, you probably picked it up then. Battlefield 4, the enhancements on that game were actually impressive. I was just disappointed that it had to come out again for it to be as good as it was. Games, I'm not sure if they are, but the next generations of game are running at 60 frames per second, and I don't entirely think that this generation of games are, and we have the capabilities for it. These machines are a lot stronger than the previous generation of machine, so I would just like to see graphics just step it up a notch. There'd be less lag. Dedicated servers would be great on any video game that you play, because I'm tired of seeing you have been locked out of server, or you lost connection to server. Anyway, guys, I hope you really enjoyed this video. We're gonna have another, hopefully, gameplay focused video coming out by the end of the week. If you did like this, give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and we will see you guys next week.